guys, and welcome back to Sparkle Me Pink. My name's Michelle, and welcome to probably maybe not the last edition, but one of the final editions in my cancer journey, which is a positive thing. This is a good thing, guys. So I'm going to share little tidbits with you. I have some questions and answers for you that I have taken screenshots of some questions that you guys have asked over the year, as well as on a post that I put up on Instagram and Facebook the other day, asking if you had any curiosities or any questions about the process, and I'm hoping to answer those as I go through. I want it to be all cozy, which is why I'm here on my guest room bed, which is like my beauty room behind me. You can't see it, but I have my desk and my makeup. But I really wanted to have this be as if you were a friend coming over and asking me questions about what's going on. So that is how we're gonna have it. We have some hot cocoa here. There may or may not be a little Bailey's in here, so I get a little goofy, you know why? We got our comfy blankets and our cute little crochet things. Actually, my mom makes these little creatures and pillows and baskets and mason jar covers, which are so cute. I'll see if I can link a post down below where I talk about it. I have been trying to convince her to start an Etsy shop, so maybe you guys can help me convince her a little bit further. She just needs that extra push, so let me know what you guys think about that. That has nothing to do with anything we're going to talk about today, but that's okay because we're all friends here and we can go off on tangents. Okay, so to give you a little bit of a backtrack in case this is the first video that you're seeing, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer last year. At first they didn't know that it was cancer, then I had surgery to remove half of my thyroid. While I was under surgery, they tested it, it came back positive for cancer. They took out the whole thyroid while I was under, and when I woke up they broke the news to me. So I have vlogged my journey over the last year, different cancer treatments, different surgeries after the initial surgery. So if you're curious about any of those individual steps, because I go into a very lengthy detail on each main point throughout the journey, please feel free to watch the playlist that I'll link down below because it is going to have so much more information than this update here. Let's just get right into it. Where am I at now, a year after surgery? Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. There was a couple months back, 6 months ago, I made a video about the depression that I was going through. It was also a chemical thing plus things I was kind of working through in my personal life. It kind of was all piling up a little bit at that point. And now I have to say I have a little bit more clarity. Maybe it's a medical thing, like something that I chemically have fixed in my body. I'm not on any antidepressants or anything, but we have upped my levothyroxine, which is the thyroid hormone that I take every day, and kind of adjusted and played around with that. And I feel like I'm in a really good body place right now. And that's really something I did not imagine I would be saying 6 months ago, a year ago, a year and a half ago. I've always struggled with being exhausted. And I don't mean like, oh, I had a long night, I'm so tired. Truly, generally, I wake up and just my body feels heavy and I'm tired. And that makes me feel like really upset that I don't feel as excited to get up and play with my kids or get up and go to work. And I like my job. I'm pouring this all over myself. I enjoy going to work most days, and it's kind of sad when you just feel weird and creepy almost in your body. And I feel like I'm finally at a place, and I hope it stays this way for a little while at least, where I feel pretty dang good. I have to say, I have to give you guys a little bit of that credit, and of course my family and my friends here, because a lot of how I feel is affected by those around me. If you were all, supportive and things like that, I feel like I feed off of that a little bit. Yes, I do have my own self-confidence and things that I build up on my own, but of course, in natural human tendencies, positivity gets rubbed off on others and then you bounce it back and forth. And I feel like having this online community where I've shared my journey and I enjoy doing that, to allow others to know what is going on or what to expect. All of the beautiful comments that you have given me over this past year, it really means a lot. And I hope you have that type of support system if you are going through a similar journey like this. That's really the only thing I can say is before you go through something like this, maybe find that one person who is going to be a rock, who's going to listen to you complain. You're going to complain. There are going to be some shitty days where you're just achy, muscles are twitching, or your hair's really been falling out a lot, or your skin's super dry, or maybe it's the opposite, you're hyperthyroidism, after surgery they give you too much medicine or something like that, or anything like that. Heart palpitations, and you feel anxious and you feel on edge and everything just is overwhelming, and there's two ends of the spectrum, so you have to kind of find that perfect balance, and it has taken me a year to get to that place. So let's kind of talk about things that I wish I knew going into this surgery that I didn't know or didn't see research on or didn't see a video or somebody talking about it. I think the one major thing is realizing that is it okay for me to take the time off for me. Now, when I did the surgery last year, it was the first week of November, so pretty much right before Christmas, that's kind of the time that you're saving up or purchasing things, and I do have 2 young kids. So I was very nervous about taking the time off, and I should have just told myself, shut up, it's about the experiences, and I know that. It's not about the, buying gifts or anything like that, which they still had an amazing Christmas nonetheless, but I only took like a week and 2 days off, and then I went back to work. And I did fine at work. I was, pulling my own weight and things like that, but I was really physically pushing myself, and I feel like I should have taken at least 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to truly heal, not only just my body, but my mind. Because when I went back to work, I was constantly thinking about how my voice sounded funny. That's something I've always been self-conscious about. If you've watched my other videos, it's something I've mentioned. I did have vocal cord surgery. We'll get to that in a little bit. But that's why I sound a little bit better and more normal like myself. But it's hard. It's hard to not feel like you physically. It's hard to not sound like you. It's hard to look different, both with the scar, with your weight, with just generally being puffy after surgery, and also being hypothyroidism, which is when your levels are really low. You tend to gain weight, gain a lot of water weight, a lot around the face. I'll feel really puffy. Allergies add to it too. Just other things that you feel like poo. You just got off of surgery, and then here I was forcing myself back to work, and I really encourage you to take that time. Listen to your doctor, whatever they recommend, or go off of how you're feeling. And I guilted myself into going back sooner than I should have. And that goes for the same thing after I had my radiation, same thing after I had my vocal cord surgery. I went back the next day after my vocal cord surgery. What was I thinking? I just had anesthesia. I was exhausted. If you remember that video, I was so tired the day after for some reason. I think, usually I'm like super hyper after anesthesia, but that surgery in particular, it bogged me down hard. It was probably alongside with the hormone thing, still kind of going through my roller coaster. I don't take it easy. I'm really hard on myself, and it's easy for me to say to you guys, like, hey, take that time, now that I've already been through basically all my stuff. But I truly hope that resonates with you, and I'm not mothering you too much and saying, take care of you, but I mean it. Let's see, something else I should have known. Going into radiation, I was a little bit nervous about it, a little more than I should have. It really wasn't a big deal at all. The hardest part of the whole thing, at least from what I'm remembering, of course, go back and watch the vlogs, because I might have felt differently in the moment than what I'm actually remembering now, or the things that are highlighted in my memory, was knowing that I was staying in this room, and Logan was down the hallway, and I could hear him, and I just wanted to go and give him a hug, because I kind of felt crappy and tired and achy and all of that, and I wanted to go say hi to him, and I couldn't, because, I'm radioactive, and I didn't want to make him sick, and yeah, I think that was the hardest part of that. Vocal cord surgery, I already kind of touched on that a minute ago. I pushed myself to go back to work because we were going on vacation the next week, and I really needed a couple extra hours. So it always comes down to money. Stuff that I'm still kind of dealing with now is dry skin. Also, I live in Arizona. It's temperature changes right now when I'm filming this video. We're going from November to December. Gets a little bit chillier here. Skin dry out. I haven't been losing a lot of hair, which is really awesome. I've lost some weight. I'm mind blown. When I went to the doctor the other day, I had just eaten a breakfast burrito with my son, and I felt like I needed to like go to the bathroom, you know what I mean? Like I didn't, and then I forgot that they put you on the scale, so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be bad. And I've been going to the gym on and off. I did join back in September to try and get into that healthy mindset that I want to focus on, because the whole point of doing all of this is so I can live longer to enjoy my life and enjoy it with my children. So I've been going on and off. I haven't been too consistent. I need to be better about it. So I don't really count my weight loss to the gym stuff. I count it towards being conscious with what I'm eating, more so portion sizes, but also getting leveled out on my medications. Come to find out, when I got on the scale, I am down 5 pounds from the day that I went to the surgery. So a year later, I had lost 5 pounds. But keep in mind, after I had my surgery last year until about March, April, I remember getting on the scale at the doctor's office, and I had gained a significant amount of weight. And from not doing it all but having a surgery, I generally eaten pretty good. Yeah, we have a couple of, shitty meals here and there, but we generally eat a really decent diet. So for me to get on the scale the other day and be less than I was on surgery day, that was huge. Huge for me. And when I calculated the heaviest I was, which like I said was around March, April, to now, I've lost 18 pounds. And that I don't really see it, but on the scale wise, I've apparently lost 18 pounds. And this is from doctor's scales, not even like the ones that I have here at home. I don't know where it went, because I still feel like I have a bit more to lose, which is fine. We're working on getting healthy, right? We're doing it together. Me and you, I mean. We can do this. Go for our runs, do some yoga. Love doing yoga. It is so fun. Relaxing too. It's like for your mind as well. But I like doing like free weights and things like that. I have a friend that I go to the gym with, and she loves doing with me. We kind of like personal train each other and encourage each other. It's a lot of fun. So make it fun. I know I generally hate working out, but I know it's something I need to do to tune up my body, just like we do for cars and stuff like that. You guys know the benefits of working out. Anyways, I still was astonished that I had lost that much weight. And it feels good. It feels like I'm finally getting somewhere with my health. I'm finally seeing some sort of results. Now I need to be careful that I'm not losing too much weight too quickly, in the sense that it's because I'm too hyperthyroid. Because it can cause, like I said, the heart palpitations and, it increases everything. So I don't want to put my body into too much shock too high. I want to be right there in the middle. I can't think of anything else that I want to update you guys off the top of my head. So let's go to the questions that you guys left for me and see if I can answer them. So the first one comes from Instagram, and it's from Patty Adriana. She asked me, how has fatigue affected my daily activities? I kind of touched on this before. There's some days where I just feel like crap. I feel like I have a cold, even though I'm not like congested or anything. I just feel like achy and tired and bogged down. Sometimes it's after I eat things that are really like not good for me. Sometimes it has no triggers at all. It's just random in my body. I'll take a couple extra Tums that day, hoping that it's not a calcium thing, because I am calcium deficient perpetually after, or chronically, whatever the word is. After having my surgery, I have to be really careful about that. I find that I feel better on days that I do a little workout. Even if I don't have time to do a full gym workout, if I do some yoga stretches, even here at home, just anything to kind of like open up my lungs and open up my mind, just kind of chill out for just 5 minutes, kind of like just stretch everything out, wake it all up, loosen it up, I feel so much better. I feel like it helps your mind, it helps your body. It's super cheesy for me to say this, but I have found that even doing something as lazy as just kind of stretching myself out has really helped. Also, of course, I'll mother you and say, drop the coffee, drop the, alcohol and wine and all that. I know, it's hard. But on days that I drop those and I drink a ton of water, and I mean like the amount I'm supposed to be drinking, I feel really good the next day. So when I'm having a bad body day, I force myself to kind of drink some more, maybe have some green tea if I do need a little bit of energy. But I find that just going back to the basics and taking care of my body at a baseline really has helped. The next question is from Chris Wilson, and it's on Facebook, and he said, I was wondering how your energy levels nowadays and how are you feeling in yourself? Your scar is looking amazing. Thank you. I'll show you a little close-up of my scarf. I did an earlier clip. I'll just kind of roll some B-roll here. It's looking pretty good. It kind of looks more spread out after the last injections that I had in August, so I'm not sure how much healing or if this is how it's going to look moving forward. But like I mentioned before, it's not something I'm super self-conscious about. I've been more self-conscious about my voice, so I'm not really too worried about it, and I don't think you should be either, because if anything, it kind of gives me a little bit of an edge on somebody else. Like, people will be like, oh, what is that? And then I have a talking, you know, like a, what is it called? Icebreaker. So I'm not afraid to talk about it, and you really shouldn't be either. If anything, it's kind of a cool story to tell people. Like, did you hear what we went through? Oh my gosh, let me tell you about it. This next question is, did you lose your voice before your thyroid swelling as well? And this is from Mallory on YouTube. I did not lose my voice before my thyroid surgery. I lost my voice when I had my thyroid surgery, and the side that they had the cancer on, they did a little extra work to kind of clear it all out. And I have a feeling, even though he told me when he closed me up that both of the nerves were working, I still have a feeling that something happened because they did so much on that side, that this side is now paralyzed, the vocal cord on the right side. So I did, like I was saying, I had the surgery where they went in and plumped up that side and helped my voice kind of sound a little more normal. This next question is from YouTube, and it's from Rachel August, and she asked, what are you using on your scar? It looks great. Again, thank you so much, guys. I mean, I still feel like it's very much there, but I really haven't been doing too much. I did buy a vitamin E oil to put on, but I'm way too lazy and have not remembered on a consistent basis to put it on. Something I have put on a little more consistent, but again, not perfect, like not every night, is the Mederma E night cream. But I've used that on other things too, like post-acne marks and other scrapes and things like that for the kids, and that seems to help. I don't think it's a total cure. I think the only thing that has really helped with the keloid of my scar has been getting those injections, and I forgot the name of them off the top of my head, but I do talk about that more in my vocal cord surgery. So if you're curious about that, go watch that video. So this question is from YouTube. It's from Farron Ahmed, and they're asking, I just wanted to ask you, how did you feel? Did you feel constipated after your treatment? And I'm assuming this was taken from the video when I did my radioactive iodine. And I'll say this, I've kind of always dealt with constipation even before finding out that I had thyroid issues 5 or 6 years ago. So maybe I did have issues then. It's something I've perpetually dealt with. Now that I've kind of got my levels leveled out, I do feel a little more consistent with my movements, which is really weird almost, that I'm kind of normal, guys. I don't think I got it from the radiation treatment. I think I've always had issues with that, and I think it was all stemming from my thyroid. So that is all the questions that I was able to kind of screenshot. I know this video is going to be quite lengthy, and yet I feel like I probably forgot to mention some things because I just get to be a chatty Cathy, and I hope you don't mind. I hope you feel comfortable watching this. I hope you were somewhat entertained. It wasn't too information boring, but thank you guys so much for coming along with me on this journey. I hope I don't have to make too many more of these videos, because that would mean that it was keep going. I almost forgot to mention, I will mention that I am going in March for my 1-year body scan. They are going to put me in that machine where they check my whole body to make sure I don't have any more radiation going out through my body, and they'll check for any cancer or anything like that. So we will know in March if I am 100% cancer free, so I won't say that I am just yet because I feel like that's not true. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey with me. I don't know how I would have done it without all of your encouragement and beautiful comments and the things you say to me on Instagram and the emails that I've gotten and the personal things that you've shared with me. I really appreciate that connection and friendship. I'm going to go before I get too much more mushy on you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.